I think what I want to leave you with is just a couple of things. One is that great work is not by accident. I've talked a lot about the written agreed strategy. If you have the strategy, then you're on your way. If the strategy is muddy, there's nothing worse, honestly, for me than sitting in a creative meeting and having amazing creative on the table and having it be a strategic discussion that should have been dealt with months before. So it does happen, but hopefully not often, and we really want to get all that work done ahead of time because it makes the creative process so much easier and so much more fun. Concept approval is really only the beginning. Every detail matters, including the glue. So I got my insurance cards from a company, and the glue was, all sticky and terrible, and it peeled off all over the place, and everything was stuck, and I thought, oh, damn it, they're cheap. The glue matters, the quality of the paper. The quality of the paper that you use in a brochure conveys something to the consumer. What's the hand on it? What's the weight on it? You may do it inexpensively because it helps the idea, not just because it's in the budget. So thinking about those details, all of the dressing, the details, we did an ad, this was years and years ago in Latin America, and it actually was a priest, actually, who ran to clear his mind. And there were a lot of Catholic countries, and so we were definitely walking a fine line, and there was a bride in the shot. And luckily, the client, Mina, was back in the back, and they had wanted to put the bride in a very low-cut, wedding dress, which was a great dress. The problem was the message instantaneously became about sex instead of about running. So grabbed her, got a higher, still very pretty, but a higher neckline. Those little things would have mattered, absolutely mattered. We would have gotten that cut back, and we wouldn't have been able to use the shot. So all of the little things really matter. I think my team was rather amazed to see how many of them I paid attention to. Media to creative and back again. I've talked to you about that. I can't say it enough times. Where something, how something's said, and where it runs is really, really important. And there are some really great creative media people out there too. Fight for the time. We always try and fight for the time because there's never enough time. Care about it. This work is hard, but it's also really fun. There's nothing quite like it. So enjoy it while you've got it because it can be a great ride. And that goes back to the experience as well. It might as well be fun because you're going to spend a lot of time doing it. And the last thing I'll leave you with is the relationship with your client will actually determine the result of your work. So I'll say that again. The relationship that you actually have with the client will determine the kind of work that you get. So it'll be partially your job to see who that person is on the other side of the table. But if your agency has a great relationship with that client, whether you're just pitching work, you're starting to date, or you've been married for years and years, how that relationship works. And you could see it in really clearly in the Old Spice campaign that Wyden just did. One of the digital guys was talking about how they were doing all those quick turn ads, all the little response ads. And of course, everybody was focused on the creative. And I said, okay, where was the client? Like, how did you do that? He had a mainline hotline to one of their legal guys. And that's how they basically had carte blanche as long as the legal guy said it was okay. But they had a hotline. That's pretty amazing.